He said he wants to rebuild the party.
Yes.
And make sure that the party wins
it already.
in 2019.
We will win.
How do you
want to do things to you? It is not what the opposition did in before 2015 that made them win. No. What the party in government fails to do. When the party in government fails to provide fuel, queues are back. Changing their promises. The exchange rate, average man can no longer do things. Business is dead. You can't import anymore. You can't pay fees of your children. Life is becoming unbearable for the people. People are being killed on a daily basis by X-men. Things are not working for Nigerians right now. We are at the lowest ebb of our lives. The promises made by the president and his party failed us.
Isn't it a tough time that we are getting into the road?
My brother, things I want to say on this TV this night, I said it before the elections. I was the first Nigerian that warned Nigerians not to vote for the president. I did not do it because I want to say so. I was a young man of 24 when President Buhari was head of state of Nigeria. The same attitude between 1984 and 1985 is what is happening till today. The reason why they took government from him at that time is still playing out today. Thank God we are in a democracy. We should rule this country in the fear of God, obedience to our constitution, illegal locking of people away with high-handedness. It should stop. The president and the people of Nigeria wants a president that is accessible. Wants a president that they can call their president. If you realize that the ovation that greeted the coming of the president, things have changed in less than 1 year. Tell me 1 kilometer of road tired by this administration. No light anywhere. Light is now at 0 level. Nigerians are now paying more to run their generator. Their generators are coughing.
The light went as high as almost 5,000 megawatts at some point.
Left by Jonathan.
No. I mean,
left by Jonathan. Today now it's at its lowest ebb. Don't polish what is not to Nigerians because they are wiser than before. They are wiser than before. All this packaging. Line. You see, managing government needs people to be well informed. Security is worse than ever. People will just wake up and say we're X-Men and level a whole country, a whole community under the watch of our president. Something will happen somewhere, 3-4 people will die. You will live where 400 people where their community were wiped out. You will go and be greeting 3 people, 1 people.
Would you give, kudos to the government of the day for the role and the successes that we have achieved in the Northeast?
I give that to them. Openly, they have improved on Boko Haram menace. But it's already now being replaced by X-Men. Sometimes I ask myself, are these people truly X-Men? We should ask questions. When X-Men, we used to know those people using this stick to drive cow, and now carrying AK-47. Some people are behind them. This was how Boko Haram started. I am beginning to think this is another strategy to be used for 2019.
How?
I'm beginning to think like that.
How? What makes you think so?
You see, I'm entitled to my views. These people who used to drive rear cows peacefully before are suddenly become carriers of AK-47. You two should reason. There's nothing. There's something inside me. It's the one encouraging me, helping me to live.
But Governor Fayose, we all know that as the police and the security agencies are investigating the situation around the herdsmen attack and all of that, it's certainly an allegation that these people are a form of Boko Haram. Because a lot of Nigerians are watching now.
Even if you say they are Boko Haram, then we
it's an allegation to say.
You can now gladly say that they've not won the battle about Boko Haram is not reasonably won. Then if you are telling me, because it's already in the east, It has ravaged the whole of the eastern Nigeria.
No, it just
happened.
Dr. Fauci,
wait, that's not true.
That's not true.
What
it happened in the
community?
No. I'm just saying that the fact needs to be.
Are you saying not this?
It happened in the community.
Are you saying this X-Men, this claim by X-Men is not true?
I'm saying that it has not ravaged the whole of the southeast.
X-Men like Wole Soyinka has spoken. Others have spoken about the current trend. It is not checked. I remember in 2001, President Buhari came from Abuja. He wasn't the president. He was former head of state. He came to meet late Lam, who was then governor for your state, when there was killing of X-Men on issues in the southwest, in Shaki or somewhere at that time. He was concerned. He led them. Today, the situation is critical. In Nigeria, I've not heard of it. This is the first time where they go and bury almost 600 or 500 people in Kaduna.
That's under investigation.
Yes, this is your job. Pardon me. What I'm trying to say to you in effect is that there are things going on in this country that is taking dangerous dimensions.
What would you suggest the federal government should do right now? You say it's a critical one. A lot of Nigerians know it is critical.
You must be sincere about the fight against these things.
All right, let me quickly take you to
the moment you arrest people, or you say these are X-Men in the neighborhood, or people found wanting, they should be brought to book immediately. It will serve as a deterrent for others. Nobody, no cow, no owner of cow has been arrested since all these menace.
No, there have been some arrests that
instead of arresting them, they went to arrest these Igbo people, these young people, lock them away and their families. And I'm calling for their release immediately. These Igbo people should not be wiped out of this country.
Let me ask you about the situation with some states in Nigeria. A lot of them who cannot pay salaries. The government is saying that it's going to give another round of bailouts to some states in the country. How can Nigeria permanently solve what looks like an insolvent state of some of the states of the Federation?
So let me explain this to you very clearly because Nigerians are watching me. In Yoruba land, you say when you see a man that is bent, the man says, I'm bent. People are saying, you are a bent man. He said, look at my leg. My leg is my problem, not my height, not my head. What I'm saying in effect is this, we should not claim we are diversifying with mouth. Everything, look at when this government came. They said the end of subsidy regime has come. They've reverted to it. I'm telling you, we should stop running government by propaganda. We should run government by sincerity of purpose. Bring everybody, make it an all-inclusive government where you'll be able to get genuine advice. Look at the economic summit that we went to do. It will amaze you that those people, some governors that run their state ground are principal lecturers there. What do you want to say to people like us?
Are you owing salaries?
I'm owing salaries.
How many months salary?
I'm owing 4 months salary. I'm owing. Well, I'm owing 4 months. But the last month allocation I got 817 million. In the last 6 months, I've gotten allocation between 1.3, 1.2, 1.1, 1 billion, and this one I got 817. My wage bill is 2.6 billion. I would have been able to pay. In my own case, let me say it very expressly, and this is without indicting anybody. I want to be sincere with you. They are deducting about 1.5 billion naira from my allocation every month as a result of the debt owed by my predecessor, and it will remain there until year 2036. I left Ekiti as governor. When I left in the coffers of Ekiti 10.4 billion. Nobody has controverted that. I did not stop at that. I joined to recapitalize Wema with 1.4 as shares of Ekiti Wema. All those were sold out. Nothing left. I came back to meet debt. So if that 1.5 is still there for me, I would have been able to pay salary. So one of the steps forward is that governors should not borrow beyond their tenure.
Okay.
Like the one they went to take in China. I was very clear. I did not commit Ekiti when I was governor of Ekiti. You see, part of the duty of a chief executive is his ability to announce both human and material resources. Some of the projects commissioned, some want about 500 million naira at no cost to the state government. Some roads at no cost to the state government. In the College of Education, the e-library at no cost to the state government, because I was able to use and reach out to a lot of people to assist my government. Let me say very clearly, solution: governors should stop borrowing beyond their tenure. Otherwise, most of their successors will have issues.
Thank you so much.
We should live within our means.
We must go now. Many thanks. Always a pleasure hosting you on the program. We will look forward to hosting you one more time. Just before we go, Nigerian states are perhaps not working optimally. About 2/3 of the states cannot even pay their workers' salaries. Some political scientists would say the crisis the states are facing is not far-fetched as we operate. What some say, we only profess to operate a federalism, but practically we're far from it. The states are less of a constituent unit they are meant to be. They simply appear as an appendage of the center. Some experts have said the states may continue to get bailouts until we fix the nation's awkward political structure. Many thanks for being part of the program. Governor Fayose, always a pleasure hosting you on the program.
God be with you.
Until next time, I'm Sean Kimbaleo. Bye for now.